Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Average Woman Podcast. I am that lady, Miss Nicole. Just want to thank you so much for tuning in, liking, sharing, subscribing. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the crazy emails that I've been getting from you ladies. Listen, I love them. I love you. That's why I do what I do. I'm going to stay here to support you as long as I possibly can with the truth. All right, so today I want to talk to you ladies about how to be faithful. So being faithful in a relationship is hard, especially when you, it shouldn't be hard, but unfortunately to some of us it is hard because we used to getting a lot of attention, and when we're not getting the attention we want, we tend to seek it from outside corridors. And that is a big turnoff. Men do not like women who cannot control themselves, who don't know how to sustain their own feelings and just operate in their own little, land of order. You have got to be in control of your feelings, emotions, minds, and all of that. I mean, we cannot be expecting men to be Jesus himself. Even Jesus got tired and beat people out of the temple for disobeying. You know what I'm saying? So we have to understand that these men are flesh and blood just like we are, and they cannot entertain every single feeling, emotional will that we have. And we have to learn how to respect them as individuals and respect the requirements that they have as well. You can't just always think about your happiness and what you want. You have to set yourself, you have to understand that other people matter too. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand that other people matter too. And your husband's feelings, the man in your life, your children's father, their feelings should matter, period. Their feelings are the most important, because who you checking for? You're not checking for this world. This world don't give a damn about you. If you need anything, this world is not going to help you. But the father of your children will. The husband in your life, he will. We can only deal with what we have available. I don't have mystery secret love affair man available. I have my husband. That's who I rock with. That's who I depend on. And he can rock with me and he can depend on me. Other than that, you wasting your time. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about that. And we will get into that when we come back. Hey, thanks for listening to my podcast. If you ever wanted to have your very own podcast, I can tell you how to set it up right now. Anchor is an awesome app that's free to download. You can use its creation tools to edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast so that you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more other platforms. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenerships. And also, it has everything that you need in one place. All you need to do is go download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. I look forward to hearing your new podcast any day now. Thanks. And now back to the show. Hello and welcome back to the Average Woman Podcast. I am that lady, Miss Nicole, and today we are talking about being faithful. Being faithful to your partner. If you're not a faithful person, it's going to definitely be hard. If you have those wandering eyes, and if you always thinking that the grass is greener on the other side, you are definitely going to be, your relationship is going to be in detriment to states all the time. You're not going to have no peace. Your husband is always going to be beefing and everything. And I mean, the thing is like, we want a position, we want to be the main chick, we want to be the main one that the man loves. We want all his energy and focus and money and time and all this stuff. Well, when you asking somebody for that, what are you giving up? What are you giving in return for someone to love you unconditionally, to make you their priority, and etc. I mean, the least thing that you could do is be faithful to them. And some of us have a problem with fidelity. We always our eyes are always wandering. We think that the grass is greener on the other side, and it's not. The grass is not greener on the other side. Matter of fact, on the other side, it ain't no grass. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. Because you fail to understand that time matters. The time, the every morning, the weeks, the days, the minutes, the hours a person spends living, loving, breathing, desiring and wanting you, like that means something. That means something to some people. A lot of women don't really think about that. The most thing that you could give a man is your time, your work for his love and your efforts, and you being by his side and supporting him through the hard times, through the bad times. He ain't got no money. You come through with a fat brick and break him off. You know, even if it ain't nothing but some ones you made waitressing or something like that. You know, you got you know, like I said, when you are selected by a man, you have got to make him your star. Because it's going to be all kind of offers. It's going to be all kind of people trying to creep up in there and get all in your face, especially when they see you stepping your game up. Because one thing about a relationship does make you step your game up and make you want to be better. You know, a husband definitely makes you want a wife stronger. A husband makes you stronger. You know, a lot of these women out here, you know, they've been in relationships long periods of time, and these men build them up and then they just walk away from them because they feel like they want something better. What could be better for you than someone who could see your potential and make you be better and reach for higher goals? That's not when you walk away from him and, oh, I don't want to deal with him no more. No, that's when you stay by his side, and all that love and energy that he put into you, you show him why it was worth it. You know, we gotta be down. We gotta stay down until we can come up. You gotta be down with him. You know, and I ain't gonna lie, men cheat, men have wandering eyes. You know what I'm saying? That's just part of the process, shit. If it's some old dirty hoes around, and you know they interested in your man, it's a chance that even the strongest man gon' fuck him. Excuse my French. You know what I'm saying? But it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, I'm not about to fuck up my house because of no female. You know what I'm saying? And I'm definitely not gonna stay here and be your fool if this continues. Because one thing I ain't is desperate or scared to be by myself. You know what I'm saying? Now and I think it's just the type of man that you have. See, you got to do investigations and ask questions and really figure out who you dealing with and what you dealing with when you do find a man. You know what I'm saying? That's just that you can't do nothing. Ain't nothing you gonna be able to do if he not faithful. You know what I'm saying? Because he has to. But the way that you combat a man's fidelity is that the man, he has to pick you. He has to say, you know, I want to be with you. I don't want nobody else. I don't want you to be with nobody else. It has to be an understanding. Because I know y'all, I mean, you know, you ladies will say, well, no matter how faithful we are, they're not going to be faithful to us. And that is true to a certain extent, because if a man hasn't chosen you, then what does he owe you? You know, and also, too, we made it clear that you could get the cookies without any strings attached. That's the worst thing ever. Or with some strings attached. And we'll be right back after these messages. Hey, and welcome back to the Average Woman Podcast. And today we are talking about being faithful. And, you know, just listen, being faithful, it ain't no mystery to that. Y'all know what it takes. When you get with a man, you off the market. you don't be shopping, looking for somebody else during hard times. During hard times, you're not looking for some man to ease your wound because your man done made you mad. During hard times, you just deal with the shit. You deal with him through the good times, the bad times. Man, if I tell you some of the stuff I done had to go through with my old man and all this time, me and him done been together, y'all would be like, wow. But, shit, it's worth it. I mean, what else do you have to do with your life besides give it to somebody and love somebody and be there for somebody? Nothing. What's going on so much that's hard for you to do? And then the thing about it is that, if you're not able to commit to a person and you're not able to love a person, ain't nobody gonna do you like that. And the worst thing is, and you see your moms and all these single women today, the worst thing is getting old by yourself and you ain't got nobody. Because you couldn't just bow your spirit and be a friend and stop putting yourself first all the time. We learned those bad habits from mama. And of course, mama ain't gonna never tell you that she was wrong or that she didn't do it right. She gonna go out like a true sucker and play herself all the way to the end instead of telling y'all and sitting y'all down saying, I need y'all not to don't make the mistakes I did. I was fast mad at y'all daddy and I did your daddy like this and I cheated on him, or after he cheated, I just left. And they said, you don't have to have those stories. And trust me, being cheated on is not the end of the world. It's not one of the worst things that could happen. Trust me. Now, getting the venereal disease or some shit after he done cheated on you, yeah, that's totally messed up. But it's not the end of the world being cheated on. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? You'll get over that like you get over everything else. Because the thing is that, you can't control what people do. You can control how you respond to things. You can control a lot. But one thing that you can't control is somebody else's actions. A man is going to do what he want to do. You know what I'm saying? I had already knew that, a long time ago, because when I was married, I got married when I was 18, and my husband, he was not, I was brand new to being married. I was working, I didn't know anything about marriage, but I know that I wasn't going to mess around or cheat on him. Well, shit, I didn't have to do that. He cheated on me for absolutely no reason, I came home and the bitch was in my house. So, that was just like a total blow to me. And, most women, they'll act the fool, tear up the house. I didn't. I couldn't do, I ain't tearing up no house. I just moved out. You know what I'm saying? Because what am I supposed to do after that? Clearly, I didn't ask you to marry me. You asked me to marry you, and then you still cheated on me. You know what I'm saying? So, and then in the later days, you still around, you still want to be my friend and all this other stuff. And I'm like, well, damn, if we was going to do all this and you still want to be around me and still be my friend, then why the hell did you cheat? You know what I'm saying? Just wasting my time. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't even know. Yeah, I remember it did hurt me for a while. I remember it hurt because I couldn't, I would try to watch music videos and stuff like that. Just too painful to watch. You know what I'm saying? For a while. But I ain't gonna let that destroy me. And that was my first husband. I haven't been married on the white man's paperwork since then. You know what I'm saying? But I did, do things the proper way, file a divorce and everything. And the divorce, and the truth be told, I didn't want to file for divorce. But, I saw that you was out here living your best life in these streets. You weren't worried about no wife or getting together. Like I said, I didn't even do anything wrong to him to do that. But it just, I guess, I just had to deal with it and accept what it was. And a lot of times, ladies, you know what I'm saying, that's a hard thing to do, to be able to move on, and you don't put so much time and effort. But the thing is that once the shit don't work, ain't no need of you sitting up there punishing yourself trying to put a size 6 on a size 9. You gotta let it go. You know what I'm saying? But God kept me through all that, because I was able to find somebody else. Then I was able to find somebody else, and I stayed in relationships with them long periods of time, because I want to be with somebody and chill out. That's my goal. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking to be out here in these streets by myself. I need a man to keep me grounded. I always have been. I've always been that way since I've been a child. I've always needed that strong male figure in my life to keep me grounded. You know what I'm saying? Give me that wisdom, that honesty. And I think that's what makes me like the way that I am today. Like, I don't really, you can't entertain, a lot of shit you just can't entertain as a woman. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you want a man. Because it's like buying an animal. These animals, they have their own personalities. And just because the animal cut up from time to time, you don't just get rid of the animal. You learn to adapt and cope with them. And also too, I think that another thing that would help us is if we just take a pause and just really learn and appreciate the men. Because we don't pause, we don't appreciate, we just keep going on and on and on. We don't appreciate what we have and really try to understand it. Like, had I tried to understand what it meant to be married, had I tried to understand maybe, what is his requirement, or had a conversation of, what do you need from me? What am I not doing? Maybe if we had that conversation, things might have been better, but you never know. And it ain't no need of crying over spilled perfume. So we'll be right back after these messages. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Average Woman Podcast. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Average Woman Podcast. I am that lady, Miss Nicole, coming at you today, and we're talking about being faithful. Something that that will help you in your journey of being faithful is really getting rid of a lot of your male friends and guy friends on social media. You don't need, you could keep your friends from high school and all this stuff, but create a separate account. When you become a woman, you have to learn how to put away childish things, and you taking all these thirst trap pictures and everything, and you just giving people access to you that really shouldn't have access to you, that don't need access to you, that doesn't understand the woman who you become. They understand the woman who they knew you were at the time when they had you. So a lot of times, we have to move on from our old social media pages and try to socialize with people who are not, who can respect our growth. I find that being one of the hardest things. Well, I'm not going to get off the topic because that'll take us down a whole nother road, and I'll be trying to avoid that. So let's get back to being faithful. So, like I said, being faithful is not something that's hard. You know what I'm saying? You just got to stop having wandering eyes and appreciate what you have at your home. You know what I'm saying? Everything you do is about building up your house, building up your marriage, building up yourself, building up your children. So all your focus, you don't have time to focus on running out here in these streets looking for somebody else doing this, because at the end of the day, the more that you're not at home, the more your kids are suffering, the more your relationship is suffering, and the more you're suffering. Can't nobody be in the streets 24 hours a day. I don't know how we think that we could be good mothers and wives and stuff, and we work 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week. You know what I'm saying? And I know some of us have been put in a situation that we got to grind and go hard, but when you're not at work, where are you? I hope you're not somewhere talking about, I got to be happy too. I hope you're at home. I don't know why you would be out trying to find you when you done found you. You done set up a house, you got kids there at the house. You should be there with them. You know what I'm saying? And a man will appreciate that. A man will appreciate that. He'll stay faithful to you to a certain extent if he see you showing him something different. But you got to take your feelings out of it. You got to understand that when you with somebody, it's going to be ups and downs. That's the best part about the relationship, the ups and the downs. That's just what keep it spicy. But the grass ain't greener on the other side, ladies. It's not. No matter how much you think these people, everybody done went through their stuff with their man to get to the point that where they are. And wherever you are with your man in your relationship, that is beautiful. You don't have to be comparing yourself to nobody. You don't have to be rushing anything. You could just take your time. Don't be so worried about everybody else and how everybody else moving. If he ain't put a ring on your finger and asked you to be his wife and all that, that's fine. Because guess what? As long as you living there with him and y'all building a family together, that's your husband. Listen here, it ain't any woman to tell you it is not easy putting up with no black man, white man, Hispanic man, Native American man. It ain't easy having no husband. Because if it was, everybody would have one. So that lets you know it is not an easy thing to have a husband. Because we like to do things our way. And 90% of our aggravation and our suffering comes from our own lack of just wanting to be down with somebody. We don't want to go through the struggles. We want already made men. But the already made men, just like, they can have whoever they want. So why would they choose you? Period. I don't know. I can't attract a ready-made man because whatever his story was, somebody was there to push him through and to help him and guide him and all this other stuff. I wasn't there. But I'm going to come just midway through the story of life and be like, okay, I need this from you and I want this from you and this, that, and the third. And even if they do go for it, you know what I'm saying? The least you could do is just be loyal to them. Only have eyes for them. Don't be in another man's face. Don't be on social media. Don't have no DMs of no guys. If a guy respond to you, don't respond. And that'll let him know where you stand. Oh, she taken. That's it. Just don't respond. You don't even have to say anything. You got somebody, you can read the message or whatever, and then that's it. But it's no need. Don't embarrass yourself. Don't put your husband through that, and don't put yourself through that, because I'm telling you, when God finally put a man into your life and you do him wrong, oh, believe me, you are going to pay for that. Whether you think that there's no repercussion for that, it is. It's always a repercussion. There is a such thing as an 80-20 rule. And don't allow yourself, because you just like, I can't be faithful. You could be faithful. You could be faithful. The problem is that you just, a lot of times, and not just the women, but I'm not talking to the men. I'm only talking to us, because all we can control is our behavior. If you behave a certain way, he ain't got no choice but to behave a certain way. And if he can't behave a certain type of way, or if he can't see that you're trying to make an effort to step your game up and he's just constantly dropping the ball, then you got to do what you got to do. Period. Because the relationship is going to require the both of you being focused and being down for one another. Being down for one another through the hard times, through the good times, through the I ain't got nothing but $2 in my checking account and his checking account is in the negative. Whatever we got, we together. If he eat Burger King, I'm eating Burger King. If I'm eating hot dogs, he eating hot dogs. You gotta be that. You can't just say that. People in the streets talking shit about your man or whatever. That's your man. You chose him. You stay by his side. Now, I don't know about when they go to jail and all, because I know a lot of us go to jail when our men go to jail, and I know that that's like a very important thing to support them when they down and everything. But some of these men, y'all just go to jail for all kind of stupid shit. I ain't never been the type for that one. I'm just not that. I'm not built to do that. I ain't gonna lie. You women who can stay loyal and ride out them prison terms and all that, my hat's off to you. I've just never been that type of person. I can't do it. I'm not going to jail with you. If I didn't do the crime, I don't think I could go to jail with you for no long time. Especially if you did the crime like before you met me, or if it was something like you out here trying to rob or something, you committed burglary or something, trying to get something for us in the family, and I know about it. But man, if you just out here hanging out with your friends, taking L's, like I'm not doing that with you. Because I didn't have nothing to do with you making them choices that you did. I will send you some money from time to time, but I'm not about to sit here and put my life on pause for you. Because I'm just not going to do it. Because the way that I see it is that you didn't think about us and put your life on pause for us. You didn't not one time say, damn, what I got at home is so good. Let me go home. I don't want to deal with this. So it's definitely a two-way street with that whole situation right there. But regardless to the point, you know what I'm saying, if you got a man and he doing right by you, and even if he ain't doing right by you, you stay faithful and you stay loyal, because it's a reward for doing right. I know everybody, people don't talk about that, but it's a reward for doing right by folks. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a black-hearted dog your whole life, not giving a damn about nobody, mistreating men. Man, you're going to pay for that. You're going to pay for that. Man was made in the image of God. Man was created first. Adam was created first. If you can't be loyal to the only small g God on earth, which is the man, what you think God going to do with you? When you stand up there in front of your maker on your judgment day, that's something that we all have to do. Just like we all was born, we all got to die, and we all got to stand and be judged for our actions, whether you want to or not, and whether you believe it or not. You don't have to believe in anything. I don't have to see the air to know that it exists. So, I believe what I see, and I'm gonna be loyal to that as long as I can. I'm not looking for a reason to do something or respond to a reaction or something that he does. I'm gonna stay faithful to the cause. I don't care if his homeboy is eyeballing me. One way that you could absolutely show your man respect is stay out of his friend's face. You shouldn't be in his friend's face, because I told you, for women, we are naturally, friendly and all this here. But the thing is, you got to. Men are protective about their property, and when you belong to him, he don't want his property disrespecting him. Don't no man want to feel like any man could just come and take his woman away from him. You know what I'm saying? You really have to think about that. You be faithful, you be loyal, and you'll get that. It's not the other way around. We have to fall in love with them, and then they'll fall in love with us. We have to be faithful and loyal to them once they choose us, and then it's just on from there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to wrap this up. I just want to tell you, thank you so much for tuning in to the Average on the Podcast. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you to all my new subscribers, viewers. I appreciate all the comments. You know what I'm saying? Y'all rocking with me. I really appreciate that. Just send me a message at queenfromcreation@gmail.com for any topics. If you want to reach out, you need some encouragement, I'm always here for you. Until next time, shalom.